Welcome back to another video. We're going to be testing out Grok's ability to navigate us around a town and maybe give us some information about this town while we do so. So I would like to kind of get it to do us a little bit of a tour of this particular area as if we're not familiar with it at all. So this is FSD 14.2.2.2 in our hardware for Model Y, and it does have Grok with the holiday update, and hopefully it can actually navigate us to those locations and give us some information. So let's give it a try. I would like to go on a small tour of this downtown Kennesaw, Georgia area, and take me to three popular destinations within this town and give me a little bit of information about the town and those destinations as we get there.
Kennesaw started as a railroad shanty town in the 1830s, famous for the Civil War Great Locomotive Chase and battles at nearby Kennesaw Mountain. It's got that small town charm with festivals, shops, and history everywhere. First, heading to the Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History, just half a mile away in 2 minutes. It's a Smithsonian spot with Civil War artifacts and the legendary locomotive General from that daring raid. After, we'll hit Depot Park for the historic vibe, then Lazy Guy Distillery for craft whiskey tasting.
Is that all the background information you have on Kennesaw, or do you have any more interesting facts?
Oh, plenty more. Kennesaw means cemetery or burial ground in Cherokee, was originally Big Shanty for the railroad workers' camp, and has a unique 1982 law requiring household heads to own a gun, making it one of America's safest cities. It's home to Kennesaw State University, the third largest in Georgia, hosts the huge Big Shanty Festival, drawing 60,000 people, and was named a top family town by Family Circle magazine.
How about you give me one more small fact?
In 2004, First Lady Laura Bush named Kennesaw a Preserve America community for keeping its Civil War and railroad history alive.
All right, so that's pretty cool. You can kind of get Grok to do a tour guide sort of thing. Just talk to it about the town, and maybe you have further questions about whatever it is, and you can get that information by just talking to it. So, I just wanted to hear a little bit more from Grok about the location, the area, things that we're doing, and it immediately responds with that information. Now, how accurate all these things are, that's a good question. Hopefully they're fairly accurate, but as far as something that could be entertaining, if you're going to a place you didn't know about, you can actually talk to Grok, get that information, and it's taking us to the destinations that are popular destinations in the area. I really feel like we could have parked there for this locomotive museum. Maybe there's another entrance to it somewhere that I'm not aware of. I'm not sure. That's a second car I've seen today that's trying to get a jump start. Oh, okay. Interesting. No, this is State Farm. This is not actually the parking lot for the Locomotive Museum, which is actually down there, and you definitely cannot get there from here. So I will say, as with I've had the problems before with the places that FSD will choose to park. Ugh, great. We definitely ran over a big branch there, and I could hear it scraping against the car a little bit, so that's great. Hopefully it didn't scratch it too much. Anyway, as with I've had similar problems with FSD 14.2.2.2 is where it will just park kind of like somewhere nearby your destination. In this case, we're not in the correct parking lot for our destination. and we cannot actually walk to our destination from here without walking all the way to the street and then coming back. Also, this parking job is suspect because there's actually spaces in front of us, which means if we did park here, basically somebody could just block us in. Now, it just so happens like none of these businesses are actually open today, so it wasn't that big a deal, but definitely something that to keep in mind. I am going to go ahead and what's the next destination? Oh, the Depot Park. Okay, let's oh yeah, because they have a park over here with a nice amphitheater or whatever. Let's see if it actually parks in the parking lot for that this time. Can you actually tell me a little bit about this Depot Park that we're going to right now?
Depot Park in downtown Kennesaw is a historic spot right across from the Southern Museum of Civil War and Locomotive History, with a restored 1908 train depot, walking trails, a playground, and the Piedmont Bank Amphitheater that holds up to 3,000 people for events. It's just 1 mile away, about 1 minute from here.
Well, we're actually here. It's not actually.
Sounds good. Enjoy Depot Park.
Thanks.
Check out the historic depot and amphitheater while you're there.
When did they make this amphitheater? It's pretty new, isn't it?
Yeah, the Piedmont Bank Amphitheater opened in June of 2024 with a big ribbon cutting and concert on June 14th. Super fresh for hosting events like the Kennesaw Concert Series.
Great. All right, now tell me about this Lazy Guy Distillery, because that's where we're going next.
Lazy Guy Distillery is a craft whiskey spot in Kennesaw, using local Georgia grains for small batch bourbon, rye, and more. They've won awards like Silvers at Spirits Comps. It's just 0.3 miles ahead, open afternoons and evenings for tastings, cocktails, and tours on Saturdays.
Okay, I'm not really interested in distillery. Can you change our destination to the nearest Mexican restaurant?
Got it. Canceled the distillery and set route to the nearest one. El Taco Azteca Bar and Grill, just 0.2 miles away, open till 9 with a 4.3 rating. 2 minutes tops.
Is it open today on Sunday?
Yes, it's open Sundays from around noon or 11 p.m., so definitely open this afternoon. 2-minute drive still.
Okay, so strangely, we seem to keep going the wrong direction here. It just keeps turning a different direction than the navigation is telling it to, and I don't really know why. It's interesting where we're driving now. We're driving a different route here through a neighborhood, I guess. So that's fine. As long as we can get out of here. I guess these are like townhouses. Yeah, so it is nice. I can get we can just change the route if we're like in the mood for food. So I definitely think we're going to probably try to use Grok a little bit more when we're on vacation to maybe give us some suggestions for places to go and maybe get some information about where we're at. So that's kind of cool. Definitely a nice addition having Grok in the car anytime, as well as it being able to change the navigation, especially because the navigation right now, it seems like FSD just kind of is deciding to change the navigation or change the direction that it's going to turn constantly. And I don't really know what it's based on because there's not any traffic. I mean, there's a little bit of traffic, but we're definitely not trying to avoid traffic as far as I can tell. Unless it was just trying to avoid these people that are trying to, jumpstart their car, which is, maybe that's valid, but it didn't try to go around them earlier. So let's see if it can get us to our destination here at the Mexican restaurant. And if it actually parks at the Mexican restaurant, that would be, I think, the first destination that it would actually be. Well, no, it did park at the park. It parked at the park. It parked in that parking lot correctly. That was actually good parking. But the previous parking job was not correct. And the last time I attempted to navigate to this particular Mexican restaurant, it did not park us in the parking lot. In fact, it went into the parking lot, turned around, left, and ended up parking down the street at some other business. So we'll see if it gets it correct this time, when it did not last time. Last time it parked down here, which is 2 businesses over, and again, you shouldn't be parking at the wrong parking lot. All right, now I guess it's 4:15, and that's why there's hardly anybody here. So that makes sense. But all we gotta do is park, and then I would say it did a good job. Oh, it's correcting that parking job. It did think it did kind of a poor job there. It recentered itself into this parking spot. Okay. Yeah. So good job. All right. So it is actually pretty nice to be able to use Grok in the car and have it maybe do a little tour for you of some area you may not be familiar with, or if you just want to ask questions about that area and get suggestions on places to go and things to do. I don't think that the first destination was open, so we could have probably checked with that. And she gave us some information. Grok gave us some information about that. So, I mean, that's fine either way. Obviously, you'd want to check on those things or verify before you actually navigated there if you were actually wanting to do that. But still, great that you can just have a conversation with Grok and do all that. So definitely think that's a pretty cool feature of Grok, and now all Teslas that have Grok in them. I think that it is hardware 3 and hardware 4 vehicles, but they do need to, if I'm not mistaken, have the correct, I think it's the AMD chip in order for it to do it. Let's just look at my car, what we have as far as the chip that is in it. So in our vehicle information, we do have the AMD Ryzen chip. So I do believe for the infotainment processor, you need to have the AMD processor in order for it to have Grok in the car. But hey, anything that's just added like this with software is just something that's added for free. So that is really nice addition to the car, and definitely something we'll be considering using on our next road trip. So anyway, what do you think? Do you think Grok would be something fun to use for a road trip or some destination that you are not familiar with? I mean, I think it would be pretty interesting. I'll see if the family agrees when we go on our next trip. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.